that it's making I'm not inferior to a woman. Is that what you're seeing as well?
Um, that's a really good question. I would say that
I
it's.
only brought it up Boko Haram, for example. The women are becoming educated. Bring that
Wait, say
girls
that again?
home. You brought up Boko Haram. Boko Haram?
Yes,
The
yes,
women.
yes.
Okay, so there's a good example. Women are being
Yes.
educated.
And you know what I would say is there's a problem in some ways that I see, and that is when trying to talk about putting women into like science, for instance, you then leave out the men. And I don't think that's right either. Like this was something I can give you an example is my advisor did that where she runs an all girls science club and she and I would butt heads all the time. Because I'm like, why is it that we have to be that way? Why is it that we have to separate by gender? I guess that's my big question. It sounds like in this group, there's a lot of people that have that question too.
I
Um,
question my own family. You're right about that. My little great cousin is now enrolled in an all-girls school in Beverly Hills, and I'm trying to figure that one out. And her mother is quite liberal, a very well-known attorney, and I was trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure that one out with you.
yeah.
What's
Yeah,
that all
see, and I
about?
like that
Why are
too.
you
Boy Scouts
protecting?
and Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I think and one thing I would say is I think that progress comes in stages. Like, I think society has to be ready for certain things. I know in some ways, having maybe, 50 years ago an all girls medical school, it was probably a good thing because it protects people from, these negative conversations about what women can and cannot do. I don't know if that's the case now. You know what I mean? I think as somebody said in a local chat, I'm sorry, Dara. I was reading your thing and I got totally distracted. Can somebody speak?
I
Sorry.
can toss
Well,
in
read
blue.
that
Blue, I
thing
can
first
segue with
before
that.
she was saying.
Okay, let me read what Dar said because he has a really good point here. Dar says, "I'm more and more coming to the opinion that feminism is a damaged term. If it is about equity for all, why use a gendered term? Why are all good things gendered feminine and all evil things gendered male? Why use the term privilege, which ironically privileges the marginalized demographics of the moment and marginalizes everyone else instead of simply discussing bias? Patriarchy, really?" And I would completely agree with you. Uh, what term can we use? Like Virginia Woolf tried to kill the term feminism because she thought it was going to be bad for equity. She thought that it was an evil, evil term. So the question is, what do? We can't just say you're oppressed because I would say that it's important to have terms that address the issues. But gosh,
I
it becomes so
I
complicated.
No.
I personally like the term humanist because if you're
Yeah.
We
the
worked
feminist
really
movement.
hard for
Yeah.
Whoa,
feminism.
Well,
My
wait.
mother
Rune
well,
worked
has the
really
mic. Wait a
hard.
second. Wait a second, you guys. We don't talk over each other here. Please, Rune, continue your
Okay.
question.
well, the thing is, feminism, I guess, started out as something that was for exclusively, trying to bring women's rights up, you know, and it's come now to be more inclusive of other things. At what point does feminism, or do you stop using the term feminism and just start using the term humanist?
My
What
husband's a
separates the two
feminist.
different?
Sorry, thought you were done. My husband's a feminist. Almost all my girlfriends' husbands are feminists. I mean, I don't have a problem with the word at all. I think we fought real long and hard for that word.
And
I
what
understand the
would we
emotional
use? No?
investment. I understand the emotional investment in the word feminism, I do. But what we've discovered now is that as we are going through this whole process, that feminism opened up, and God bless these women that did. Forgive me for using that term, God bless. But we now are opening up the problem. We're seeing that there are certain groups that are being disenfranchised, or pardon me, that women are being disenfranchised. But as we look closer, we see, whoa, wait a second. It wasn't just women. Men are being disenfranchised too, and for the same or similar reasons. So the more that we've probed into it with the spearhead of feminism, we're finding out there's more to it than this. And it really
yes.
is more inclusive. And so maybe the term feminism isn't necessarily appropriate to what we've found for solving the problem that we've found.
I would say, I think it depends. It depends on what you're trying to address too, because I think it's hard to try and whitewash everything together under a certain term. I think it's important to be able to name these things in a way. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to explain like what's going on in my head too. But
You can
you know,
generalize with humanism.
Plug it
You
in.
can generalize the equity with humanism, but when you want to be specific, like with feminism, where you want women to have the equal rights of men, then you can talk about feminism. But there's also the issue that Richard was just talking about. You know,
Yes.
it's not just women. Like I was saying, there's also the racial issues, and that's when you can kind of get into the humanistic part rather than just the feministic part.
One last
Thank
quick
you.
comment on
Sorry.
that. Okay, I'll take it and then I'll shut up. The pissed off lesbian activist. Feminazi. Like,
God,
like,
Richard.
what?
God.
Oh, whoa. See how that made everybody feel? Got that? Cool. All right.
Well, then you have
Now, when there is a potential change, in a society, and I mean, we're talking a paradigm change, okay, that whether it's good or bad, a lot of people, conservatives specifically, hence the word conservative, they don't like to see that change. Now, there are a number of people that are going to want to fight it, and there are a number of people that are going to capitalize, stick with me, they're going to capitalize on that fight.
It's
You know,
true.
they get their celebrity,
People
they get their
focus
money.
on the negative more than the positive of a situation. Whatever is going to create drama, that's what the media is going to focus in on, not so much
Exactly.
how can we fix a problem. That's always how it is.
So,
Call it,
if you're gonna
somebody's
do
pick
that-
on the pissed off lesbians who have a damn good right to be pissed off sometimes.
We're going to have to go down to
Sometimes.
the porch and get on the cue board if we don't stop
Sometimes.
talking over
Yeah.
each other, really.
Well, the
I
point I'm
have
trying
to.
to make,
Nobody's
the point I'm
disagreeing
trying
with
to
anybody,
make-
though.
No, I want to hear
It's just good
Richard, and I
discussion.
can't hear everybody at the same time. And if we can't do that, we're going to go down the porch and get on the cue board because I need to hear everything here. I just
I'll
need
make
to.
It's all
this
good
quick.
stuff.
I'll make this quick. Now, if you're a savvy salesman, if you're good at this celebrity game, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to demonize or at least hijack the terminology of your opposition. The best example I can think of is Pan. He's my favorite. You know, the Christians, they turned him into Satan. The term, now, one of the ways to get around that is like, for example, the Big Bang Theory. That was a term coined by Hoyle, and it was derisive. Instead, they grabbed it, like suffragette, same thing. It was supposed to have been an insult. It didn't work in those cases, but a savvy guy is going to turn the word feminism into something ugly. Get it associated with a pissed-off lesbian activist that wants to cut your balls off. Yeah,
And that-
get those associations going, yeah. So no matter what term you choose, there will be someone out there that has the ability
that's-
to do that.
That's what Rush Limbaugh did, essentially. That is exactly what he did to
I
feminism.
just said.
And I mean,
So
he
now
did it for the ratings.
He also
So now
did it
the word's
because he
dirty?
admitted he had a teeny peeny.
Okay. So now the word
That's
feminism
Just said
is-
teeny peeny. I love it.
So